For 35 years, we pretty much did not defend our borders, in the sense that many people were coming across, and we all knew that, the government knew that, and not much was done. The pro forma things were done. There were the border patrols, there were other things. But it wasn't hard to get into this country. And once people came into this country, it wasn't hard to find work, which means they were needed as workers. So the end result is that we have about 12 million people who are illegally here because they don't have documents. They're undocumented. That's a misdemeanor still in law. It's not a felony. But if you're caught without papers, you're deported. You're not put into jail. So what do you do with 12 million people who aren't here with the papers that make them legal? Well, I think you sort it out. Some you want to say they should be gone tomorrow or yesterday. Most of them, if they're workers and they're integrated into our churches, into our economic fabric, into our social lives, they should have a chance to stay, we think. But you sort it out and give them that chance in a regularized way. It's not a general carte blanche. You look at case by case. You gear up in order to see what's involved here, how many families would be divided, which again is the Catholic concern. How do you keep families together? So what we're saying is you've got 12 million human beings who have to be treated, first of all, as human beings, no matter what their citizenship is. You know, being human is far more important than being Mexican or United States or Canadian or French. So you have to treat people as human beings. And even criminals are treated as human beings, supposedly at least, in our prisons, in an enlightened society. So you can't just put them all in one bus for 12 million people and ship them back across the border. That kind of talk is irresponsible. How do you treat people with the respect that they deserve as creatures of God, as members of the human race? And then you have to sort it out. It's up to the politicians to sort it out. Who stays, who doesn't, what kind of general laws do we want? But one thing is clear. We have to have immigrants to keep our society going. Everybody agrees to that, even those who are harshest in public life against immigration. When you get to them privately, they say, of course we need immigrants, and we need them at two levels. We need immigrants to do the kind of work in the fields and often in hotels and restaurants that we see very often undocumented workers doing. We need immigrants at the highest level. Our society does not produce enough scientists. It doesn't produce enough doctors. It doesn't produce enough nurses. It doesn't produce enough mathematicians. It doesn't produce researchers. We have to import those people. So you have to have immigration open at the highest level. It doesn't produce enough Catholic priests. So we have to import people at the highest level, and we have to import people at the lower economic level, because we're not producing people enough to do tasks at both those levels. That's simply a fact. Every single person in public life knows that, no matter what else they say. So that being the fact, we need immigration reform to allow the people we need to continue to be a developed society.